Okay, it's been a while since I made a video. Sure want to share you guys that own a Hyundai Sonata. This one is 2005 V6 2.7 liter. Came in for crank no start, so I did some troubleshooting and I found this right here. This is the crank sensor, and let's see your focus. See all the wires are bare. It was touching each other, so the car stalled out. And to show you where the crank sensor is, right here is the radiator and the fan, and you look down under the coolant, the top coolant hose. Right here is the plug to the crank sensor, and it runs on top of the starter. It goes on top of the starter, and there's a 10 millimeter bolt that holds it in. But to get to it the easy way, so you don't have to fight or cuss, just take the rail right here off. It's a 12 millimeter, so I can take the electric fan off. Of course, you got to disconnect the upper radiator hose, and of course coolant's going to come out, but just fill it back up. I found this really easy. Instead of jacked up the car, try to loosen the starter shield and try to get your hand up in there where you can't really see it, or you can't see it at all. So just, you don't have to take this all the way off. Just pop it up enough so you can pull it this way, pull it forward some, so that way you can lean this radiator back a little bit, so that way you can get this other fan off. But of course both fan has to come off, so take that off. And once you take it off, you can see it with a flashlight. You'll see where it's at. You got a lot of room to work, so you don't have to fight, jack the car up, put it on a ramp, whatever. This is easier, but it's a little bit more work, but it's not hard. After I got it on, cranked the car over, still wouldn't start. So I checked the spark, still didn't get any spark. So then what you want to do next is check the ECM fuse. The ECM fuse is on the fuse box, which is right behind the battery. It is number 10. Let's see, focus. Number 10 right there. And if you look down here, the label for number 10, it is a, just 15 amp ECU. So right here where my finger is, that light or dark 15 amp fuse, I took it off, and sure enough, it was blown. If that fuse is blown, you won't get spark, and no spark, no fuse, and your car won't start. So I replaced that, and now the car started right up. So I hope this will help you. But you know, of course, there's other reason why crank and no start. But of course, you have to use a scanner, not a code reader. Just use a scanner and take a reading. When I was taking a reading, I got no crank signal, which means the crank sensor probably wasn't working, and I wasn't getting a crank position sensor code also, which is kind of weird. So I did some research, and I looked down and I saw the wires. I'm like, wow, all three were touching. So yeah, I hope this helped, and have a good day.